Hey y'alls, this is Solomon Rambling, and welcome back to Angels of Death, Chapter 3, Episode 3, whatever. It's a movie, not a book. I don't flippin' care. We're beginning a new section, and I'm interested to see if this Episode 3 will be an advancement upon the previous episode, which was better than the first episode. If we continually see development in this game, that's exciting because that eventually means it will improve. That maybe there'll be puzzles that are cool and fancy and yada yada yada, but could be hit and miss. We end off, or what, using time somehow will describe that this is after episode 2, where Zach was very, very injured. Not only was he shot in the arm, but he stabbed himself because that's what you do when you're in a very extensive game where there's horror and you have to make a decision, and you can either kill Ray or you could just stab yourself, and so that's what we do. Okay, so he says it's no big deal that he injured himself, but that's not true because he's still dribbling all over the place. Uh-oh, his face is messed up, and oh no, he conked out entirely. Yeah, at this point, I don't perceive him to live that long. And assuming that he's losing blood at such a quick pace, he he's not going to last the amount of time where Ray needs to find something to help him. But oh well. She has to figure out what to do next. Oh, just stitches won't cut it. I don't know about that. You could try. You do have your sewing kit. You know how to do that. You got a coat, dampen up the blood, go. You're good to go. Nothing short of a doctor could fix this. So, does this mean Danny's coming back? Dun dun dun. But then again, Danny's a psychiatrist, who also may be a doctor, who may also have other features. Who knows? He does something, and that's what we're going to learn from him. So, we move forward. Sounds like a pipe organ. And well, bam. We're going to just slap on even more of the religious overtones by entering into a cathedral-like place. Purple smoke. I wonder what that could mean. Probably some more paranoid delusions that are fabulous. Wow, I said that joke. Ugh. Okay, we won't do that again. But, Solomon improves with each video that he does. And we're going to get into that fine dialogue, too, of thou art someone who seeketh salvation from himist, revealest all, and repenteth. There you go. Very Catholic in this distinction. I don't know how big Catholicism was in Japan. I guess there was that whole debacle of how the Japanese massacred a lot of those people that came and tried to convert people. But that's my rudimentary understanding of history, and if I go any farther, I think I will just offend a lot of people. And once again, Solomon is still trying to figure out if there's other ways to branch the storyline, when he should just understand by now, go straight, and that's it. He struggles to get indoors too, but we're not going to comment on that one. Nope, can't go in that way. Gotta go through the other one. Bid thy name. Oh, look at the placard from the previous section has an important, relevant place here. Oh, it doesn't. Never mind, I was wrong. Misnomer from me. So yeah, that placard from the previous episode was totally worthless. I don't understand why they have the don't part of it. Is that in case you did want to go back to Zach's body and check on him and see that he was still dead? He's not dead, but I'm going to call him dead. Oh, look at the purple hue is back. When it does that, I don't really see it as distorted. Unfortunately, I see it more like the deep fried memes you find on Reddit, which is an unfortunate comparison to make, but it's there. Go forward, things are getting trippier. And there's something on there. A small vial. Ooh, very good, it's empty. Get some more details on it. Ooh, and some magical writings on the wall appearing out of nowhere. As if written by chalk. What dost thou feel upon reflection? A door to perceive thy defilement that I can't read because at this point I wasn't caring about narrating while I was recording this. So instead I just went through the dialogue as fast as I could read it. So I apologize to all my viewers who are trying to keep up with all that dialogue because I sure didn't give a crap. Anyway, so we have our mirror. Again, we take a reflection on ourselves with the writing saying, "Look into thyself. Art thou a sacrifice or the lost? Who knows? All I do know is you have the right to be killed or to kill." Episode 7 of Solomon's series on Angels of Death. Anyway, hyperlink. Go look at that. I'm not going to put it in the video. If you enjoy it, go back and look at it. If you've just entered on episode 8, well, good for you. You like starting in the middle of a series for some reason. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, let me know. Anyway, back to the series itself. We have a lot of glass shards that we need to do something for, and it's going to have impact on the game later. But again, you've heard me say this many times. I say, okay, we're going to pick up this item that's going to be relevant later, but we don't have any choice to use it on what, and so we're just going to randomly fling ourselves through the story, and it's going to guide us throughout the entire thing anyway, so let's go off that, and that's it. Solomon's still having trouble going through doors. But anyway, my main point in saying this is, it is getting repetitive, even from the aspect of providing commentary. It's very one note as the entire series has been, and I don't know what to do with that. In terms of a growth perspective from my end, I wonder how streamers do it. Do they typically avoid games that are like this? I know many streamers pick bad games to review, but this is not your traditional bad game. It's just a plain mediocre one that I wouldn't recommend to anybody at this point. And so what do you do with it? It's the absence of anything good. I think I could write a review on it pretty easily. It wouldn't be anything fancy unless I really stuck a strange theme on it, but I'd be done. And I'm not talking about it for multiple hours as I have done through this video. The game has probably been a little more agonizing because I'm playing it over the span of weeks. I got this back in, if I recall correctly, probably July. And right now, for those who don't know, it's beginning of November. So this game has been on my unfinished list for a long arse time. And I don't get around to recording much because I'd rather play games I enjoy. And the process of recording can take a lot of time. So not only has this been around for a while, and not only have I thought about it for a while, I am at the point where I'm ready to move on. And if I had to gauge it, I probably am only about halfway through the game. And so we can play around with that. Maybe my next attempt is I go in, I play through it, I make some witty commentary. Well, we'll see. Commentary. And we go from there to see what else I can provide. Maybe I compile a lot of clips together, have editor one do that, and it's just kind of a clip show. Part of me says I shouldn't do that, that I should stick to this game and dedicate my time, because I really didn't finish the Goner video. Probably could have spent more time on it, especially after I've written the review, and I know that there was a lot of things I didn't show in my video. But again, how long must Angels of Death go? If I put on these hour-long episodes, then maybe I can go a little more quickly, but that means I still have to speak over for the amount of time. This recording session where this comes from was about 50 minutes to an hour, and while playing it was fine, time went by quickly. Recording these all in one sit down has been harder because I provided the commentary for episodes 7 and 8 already. So I'm sick of it, I'm complaining, yada, yada, yada. But we need to get to some more content with Angels of Death. And throughout this entire time I've been speaking, Rachel has just been ripping paintings, grabbing pieces, and then putting them back in this poster to make something else entirely so that we can find red liquid to put in this file. It didn't take any strategy on my part whatsoever. There was a snake that I needed to watch out for and a bullet as well. but nothing else. Nothing. I can't comment on how a section was hard. I can't really comment on how the dialogue is samey as ever. All I have is moving forward slowly. And maybe we get to the next part where we find our killer, and we know that's going to be the person that's on this floor, and that's it. So we do want twists. We want something to shake up the formula. But after playing this for ever long as I had, I think it's been 4 hours at this point, there's just not a lot going for it. This scene probably right here is one of the most interesting ones in the sense that I'm in a room with nothing in it. And so, also, side note, it is extremely hard to provide commentary when you have like a sneeze formed inside your nose. I have like the same thing with a burp just lodged in my throat right now. That may be TMI, but holy heck, how do these people deal with it? Just like keep it in there for the entire time? Mad respect. That's what we'll take from this, is just mad respect. Anyway, back to the game. We have this cool section where we have nothing. We have bloody footprints following us, which is probably our guilt. It's a lot more representative of everything. I've learned that I can go quickly, and oh, it's a looping floor. So at this point you go in all directions, and it is a nice little section where, based on where you're going, you got to figure out the next part. It's an interactive. It allows for error, and I imagine people could go this for a while, and it doesn't last long. So we have it. There you go. If we had more elements of this in the game, I think I'd probably enjoy it a little more. And I know there's a twist coming up, and there's probably a lot of cool things that can happen, but I'm not excited for it. Especially if this is how I interact with the world. I want it to be more of a mystery. We've learned a lot, and I don't know if the twist will have enough of a payoff to make it work. We got this eerie little organ and this trippy LSD experience, but even that, we just got a pink bathed room and some southern fried memes. That's about it. So ultimately, we're going to splash this blood onto there. I don't know how I got the blood. I wonder what I was doing in the meantime. We may learn later. But who knows? The cliche is, after a person wakes up from their kind of drug-induced haze, they see what they're actually doing in their dreams, and that can create a lot of horror. But I don't know if Angels of Death will do that. We continue. We've done that. And what happens? There's even more piano playing. She's going crazy. What's going to happen next? Her head explodes. And wham! My wish came true. Blick, go to white screen. And they have it? Nope. We're still in our regular church setup. But we have some development with a new character coming in. You see I've gone back to just regular commentary on what's happening. And I thought a character was coming in right now. Who knows? Again, we gotta talk and note what's going around and see the amazing pixel work or whatever it is. But it's all eerie. And once you know that there's not really ghosts in this game, the organ playing by itself is like, oh, it's a machine. That's not too scary. But we have our kind of vampiric looking gentleman who from afar almost looks like he's part of a clown troupe. But you know, whatever works. In reality, he just has very stark eyes. He doesn't seem to be of the same animation style the other characters, but who knows? They're trying to do something unique with them. And so we have Gray, and there he's not nearly as pasty as he was before, but he does quite have the flair for purple, which explains the earlier pink haze. It's your turn, Ray. What is that? Tell yourself. Reverend, are you the resident of Floor? Veritably, I am the resident of this place. So he's acknowledged that he's the supposed killer on this floor, but we do have a small twist. He needs to pass judgment on her before he can do anything. As we all know, he'll eventually pass judgment saying that she should die, and that will create the, suspense. And a hemostat is what we do need. Oh, I'm more familiar with them than anyone. Oh, you're familiar with the hemostat. Ooh, are you sort of vampiric? Only remedial items could be found on here. But we have to go back to B5, where Danny is. Oh, so we're revisiting floors at this point. And it begins to see, we get a little more creativity, okay? What are we going to find in this? We're probably going to see that Danny's still alive to some extent. And hopefully we have some more intersecting storylines with more characters and more interactions that is not purely based on, are you going to kill me? No. Are you going to do this? Whatever. We're going to wrap it up today. There's more going on here. I'll post more videos. But thank you for watching. Well, bye.